How are we, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to GreenZone. We are back. It's been a couple of weeks, and as you can see, there's been a bit of a change. As you probably saw on the Instagram, uh, Dave, Chris, and Declan are just too busy really to continue doing the main kitted show. Dave and Chris are both playing for the Trojans, and Declan is not only playing for the Mavericks, but is the head coach of the Mavericks at the moment. So, yeah, they decided to take some time away just to focus on their clubs. And as they say, and I've got the quote just to be sure I get it right. They are players with a podcast, not podcasters who play. I still fucked it up. Even reading the quote, I fucked it up. Oh well.
That's a real giggle.
Yeah, they are players with a podcast, not podcasters who play. There you go. That's lovely. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Declan, for that lovely quote that I fucked up. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I am not a player. I'm a little too fragile physically to be a player. So I have the time to be podcasting because I just run the social medias and stuff for the Panthers.
You're here for fun.
As much as I'll pretend it is a really difficult job, it's not. It's not at all. I make some pictures and I post them on the internet. It's not a hard job. I have it quite good. So no, I have the time. I just don't have the facilities really to host the main kitted show, and I wouldn't really want to take that from Dave and Chris and Declan.
Yeah.
So I'll just be hosting the Flag podcast, which is the women's flag podcast at the moment, because in a few days we're starting. The Claddagh Bowl begins.
That's it.
So of course I couldn't do this alone because that would be a bit depressing. Nobody wants
be a bit sad.
Just listen to me
be a
talk.
Bit sad.
So we have a new host who's it would. So yeah, please everybody welcome new host Sam, who you already know really well if you watch these episodes because she's been in all of them.
Yeah, I've been in quite a few now, but ready to be here and talk as much as I can, as always.
Yeah,
with a reason this time, you know.
Yeah,
but yeah, excited to be here. Excited to start the Claddagh League. Is that what it's called? That is what it's called. Claddagh Bowl League.
Claddagh Bowl League, Premier League. Yeah.
So exciting.
It'll
be good.
I think.
Oh no.
It will. So yeah, it is. It's lagging again, but I think we just got to power through at this stage.
We'll power through. See how it goes.
It'll be fine. It's not too laggy, I don't think. I think you're maybe. It doesn't help if you laugh every time.
I know, I'm sorry. It's just funny because we stopped it to try again. But we'll keep going.
We did.
It's not funny anymore.
This is the second attempt at recording that, so I'm very sorry. We're serious podcast hosts.
Very much so. But yes, Saturday. Who hosts, Owen? Who's hosting?
South Dublin Panthers, world champions of Irish flag football, as Chris always calls them. Yeah, they will be hosting on Saturday in Dollar Valley Park in Tallaght. Make sure you get down if you can. Sure to be a very entertaining days of football.
It will.
I think. Do we just want to go straight into it? First game.
We go through the games. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, go through the games. As I mentioned, I am the Panthers admin, so I just stole the Panthers graphics. So let me make them bigger. Yeah, you can steal your graphics when you make them.
Exactly. No copyright.
Don't steal other people's graphics though. Stealing is bad. Official
or give them credit
from the GreenZone.
You could
podcast.
give them credit. That's okay. If you post it and say,
do always give your photographers and your graphic designers credit because it makes them feel nice.
Loved.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, first game. Panthers versus Trojans. How do we think that's going to go?
So opening up in our home field against kind of the other longest running kind of women's team. I know there's not much of a difference between all the like teams, but yeah. Still, the other team that's been around for more than a couple of months.
Yeah.
We've played each other, I think, 2 friendlies and 1 game during the We Won the World.
Yeah, I think
tournament.
so. Yeah, 2 friendlies, 1 game. Yeah.
So yeah, familiar with each other. There's serious talent on both sides. I mean, as you can see, front and center of the graphic, Helen Smith, quarterback of the Irish Wolfhounds.
Yeah.
I'm blank now. Why is gone back? No, it's grand. They've got Hannah King. They've got Brittany. They've got Sophie. They've got
Abby.
Grace is still injured, is she?
Grace is still
we
injured.
Had on a few weeks ago. Yeah, they've got Abby. They do.
She got injured at We Won the World.
Wishing her the best with her recovery. Shout out Grace.
Also, Kelly. If Kelly's here, I don't know if Kelly's home.
Oh, yeah, is Kelly?
Not sure. If Kelly's home, they have Kelly, I think. They also have a real like high interest of rookies, which is like amazing to actually, see about. Like I know from speaking to Mo, their head coach, like he was saying that every week they're getting new people down, which is amazing,
That's unreal. Yeah.
Because
that's exactly
regardless of game weeks, like the fact there are so many women interested in growing the sport and coming down and sticking by it, like not just coming down for a week and heading off, like that's amazing. So I reckon the Trojans are a really good balance of veterans who know the game, know the sport, and rookies.
Yeah,
Which is great.
They've probably, I'd say, it would be between the Panthers and the Trojans for kind of biggest rosters at this stage. Both teams have kind of had like a lot of rookies come in and have the experience there. Well, maybe do Phoenix have good numbers? I don't know.
We have 12 coming this weekend.
12. I think we're higher than that.
I think the 3 are probably fairly similar.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But we'll talk about
we'll talk about Phoenix.
We'll talk about me in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. But all of them very stacked, like unbelievable rosters. The Panthers, I get to brag about us now. We've got Jenny, we've got Meg from the Wolfhounds, we've got Lauren, who's the QB2 on the Wolfhounds at the moment. We have Danny, who's on the graphic there. She's unbelievable. We I could literally list the whole squad. They are all unbelievable. As they demonstrated at We Run the World when they got to the final. I'm not going to stop bragging about that because they're all so cool, and we love them.
Fair enough. I'm over it now. Yeah. But actually over it now, I think I'm at a point where I'm like, do you know what, how class is it that a team from here who only started playing together in October, November, really started starting to train, and it probably wasn't weekly at that point, actually got into a final with Saxon City. Class.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So good.
And not only got there, but they were hanging in there for a good while. It was only at the end that they kind of ran away with the kind of scores a bit. They only kind of got one score to kind of salted away, but yeah, no, they really put up a fight, and which was it wasn't it was the weakest Saxon City roster anyone's ever played against. It had Phoebe Schechter on it.
And
You're not
your
going to have
woman
an easy game when you're playing
Magdala?
against Phoebe Schechter.
No.
Oh, Magdalena. Oh, she was unbelievable.
Yeah, she was class. Like, it was unreal. But yeah, so I think
Yeah,
this
she was.
Saturday, like for an opening game, this is like a perfect opening game of the league, I think, because you've got
Yeah,
the officially like the reigning champs of Ireland in that sense is the Panthers. Like they got the highest in We
yeah,
Run the World of the Irish teams, and then you have the Trojans team, which is what the second. If we take away the Panthers, they were the next team to set up a women's team, and they have such
yeah.
a stacked. They have such a good balanced of stacked and rookie players. Like I think it'll be really really interesting to watch because now they've had 3 games together as well. You know, they'll know each other a wee bit more. So like Helen will maybe know like, oh, like how this person blitzes this way. So like I need to roll out this way and
Yeah.
all my technical terms there. Yep.
All of them. Yeah, no, I think. Oh, hold on. There's a banner for this. I think. Is
There's a
it?
banner.
Oh, maybe there isn't. Oh, there is. There we
Game of
go.
the week.
Game of the
You
week.
think this will be game of
That's
the week?
me personally. I'm choosing this
Okay.
as game of the week.
Okay.
If you want to choose your own game of the week, just tell me. I'll bring up the banner for
I was gonna say I don't
everyone.
think I can control a banner. I'm really sad about it. But that's okay.
We'll give you banner privileges next week. Sorry.
Thank you. That's okay. But yeah, no, I think it'll be a really, really interesting game. I think it'll be a good game.
I think so. Predictions.
I think it'll be tight, but I think the Panthers will win. But I don't think it'll be as big of a win as they have had before against the Trojans.
Yeah, I
But I
think
don't know
that's
the
fair.
score.
I think.
Yeah.
I think the We Run the World game was 19-8.
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
say maybe more of a one-score game. Yes, fair, but
Yeah,
it's
I
still
would
not.
say like one
I can't sit here
touchdown
and
or
tell
extra
you that I
points or
think the
something.
Trojans are going to win when I'm literally wearing
You
a
am
Panthers
confident.
hoodie. Like I'm going to predict the Panthers. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But yeah, I think it should be a really good game.
Huh.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to getting up as early as I have to get to Daughter Valley Park at like half
No,
1 to be there
me
for
either.
10 kickoff. But I don't have it as bad as the northern teams. So
Yeah, but I think it was originally meant to start at 9 a.m. And I think that one I was like, I'd happily give that first game a miss, guys. But I mean, yeah, I think I'm gonna be leaving my house. I'm driving for my car load anyway, and I think I need to leave at like 6:45. So
oh god,
yeah,
that's-
I love football though.
yeah,
It's
yep.
annoying.
Yeah, I think I've probably got to leave at about 8, which is not too
Okay.
bad, really.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I wish I was leaving at 8 Owen.
It's not really that bad. Now that I've thought about it, I was like, actually, no, that's not too bad.
That's reasonable.
Yeah,
But no,
that's
that's
pretty
fair.
reasonable. But yeah, no, looking forward to it. Should be a good game.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be
game
good.
2.
Game 2, big one.
Yes, this is your turn to talk about yourself now. It's the
This is my
Trojans
turn.
against Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm really buzzing about this one actually because I think I was quite gutted that we didn't get to play against Trojans at We Run the World. So for those who don't know, I'm part of Phoenix Flag Football, and we are made up of, I want to say, 5 different mixed flag teams. All of the women came together to make a separate team, essentially, rather than joining off into the ones closest to us. So we come from quite literally all over the island, from Cork to Coleraine, I think. So we're very spread out, but yeah, I'm really excited to see how we get on. We got on really, really well at We Run the World. Like we gelled together very well for not getting to train together very much. So it'll be interesting to see how we perform again on Saturday. I think we have some new faces on Saturday, so it'll be interesting. But yeah,
Nice. Yeah. Are the Cork players are still playing for you guys? Are they? They're
for now, yeah.
right.
Um, I don't think they had quite enough to like comfortably enter for all of the weeks. So I think for now they're still
Yeah.
with us. And then depending on how their numbers go, they may possibly split off again
Yeah.
for the June games. But for this week anyway, they're with us,
Grand.
which will be good.
Yes. So any teams still interested in entering? There is still time.
Yeah.
I know that the tabbies will be looking to try and get enough numbers to enter in for the next round of games, which I think are in June.
Yeah, so we've got this
Am I right?
game this weekend, and then I think we have the international break for Sport Monday in May, and
Yeah.
then back again in June.
Yeah.
June
So
and July,
if
maybe?
if you're a new team looking to get involved, June you've got until June. I know the Minotaurs have started practicing for a women's team,
Okay.
which is unreal to see. I don't know
Is
what they got
that
in terms of numbers, but
is that Joe's team? Am I right in thinking?
yes, yeah, Westmeath. He plays for their kitted team, but he doesn't play for their flag team. He plays for the Maynooth University Hurricanes flag team,
Okay. Okay.
which isn't confusing at all.
No, not at all. But yes, so I think, yeah, really, really excited to try and take it out against the Trojans on Saturday. And actually it'll be really interesting because there are, I'm like counting based off that picture. There are what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we have 8 wolfhounds in our team.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's
If that's
just a little stack to
that's
like.
bad maths. That's bad maths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's not 8. Okay, so 8
The most
wolfhounds.
prepared podcast in the world.
Yeah. Um, but so that'll be interesting because not in terms of ability, but more I'm so used to training with Helen, Hannah, Sophie, Brittany. Like I'm used to training with them, not playing against
Yeah,
them. So I think that'll be really interesting to see. And I'm sure the other girls feel the exact same. Like I know Sarah and Megan like had a bit of crack going on. Well, probably actually the opposite of crack going on the pitch. But then afterwards we're like, you did that on purpose. And I know you did it on purpose. So but it was funny. So yeah, I'm
yeah. Well,
excited to see how they get
I
on.
was loving watching it from the sideline, just Meg getting really frustrated over
So
Sarah, and
annoyed.
then afterwards they're just best friends again. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Megan was like, I know you did that on purpose. And Sarah was like, yes, I did. Like, so I'm gonna call this game personally as a win to Phoenix.
You do
That's what
have to
I'm
do
going
that. Yeah.
for because it would be imagine if I didn't, that'd be awful. I mean, look at Rebecca running that touchdown in,
Oh,
ready for
majestic.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I'm saying Phoenix are gonna win. What do you think, Owen?
Okay. I'm really torn with this one. Like, I am
That's fair.
sitting on a podcast with a Phoenix player, so I have to be careful.
You are.
Like, I feel like calling a draw is kind of like
No, I feel like
you
that's
can't
fair.
really call a draw.
You
But
could. I'm nice. I would accept.
I could
I
see
would
this
appreciate
ending
a draw.
in like a. I could see this in like 18-18 or something.
Yeah, like a good score.
Like, yeah, I could
I
see
think to
it
be
coming
honest,
down to
yeah,
basically whoever scores last has to score their extra point to win, kind of thing.
yeah. And I could see, I actually, I feel like this game for being our first game in the season or in the league, I I have to be careful how I word this, but I think I would be happy with like almost every possibility of a result. Like if we lost with like they got their extra point in like the final second or whatever, or like if we just lost You know, like we actually competed well. I think of all teams to lose
Yeah.
to, this is a team that I'm like, do you know what? Like I would really like I know how much work has gone into
Yeah.
it for the
Yeah.
players. So like, not that I'd ever be happy to lose a game, but I think I could be less
Yeah.
annoyed at
It's
losing this game.
yeah.
But I would love to crush them also. You know,
Just a little bit violent. Okay.
just a little bit.
I like it. Yeah. No. There and crush them myself. But don't, because I predicted a draw and I wanna win at the predictions. Because
Okay,
I've turned
I'm
this into
predicting
competition
a
as of
win.
now.
Yeah, officially predicting a win. You can predict
Okay.
a draw.
I'll predict a draw. And if it's not a draw, it's going to be like 1 or 2 points is all that separates it.
Yeah. No, I do think that's a fair enough expectation of the game.
I'm just looking at like the coaching staff and a list of like experienced players on both teams. It's just ridiculous.
Hey, for us having 45 coaches, we only have 3 coming on Saturday. So,
but one of them is most winningest head coach in intervarsity flag football, Joe Kinahan.
we have 4 coaches coming on Saturday because I did not
You
know
didn't
Joe
know Joe was
Kinhan was
coming,
coming. No, I did not. I was like, who's he talking about? So, but yeah, you're right. Like the coaching, I think that's what will possibly make a difference in these 2 teams compared to other teams is like the coaching staff that they have. Like not trying to be
Yeah,
biased about Phoenix, but like, you know, Trojans having Nick and Mo and probably others as well that I'm not even aware of. I think Drew's maybe involved with them too.
Drew might be somewhat involved. Yeah, I think.
You know, so like that in itself, and they specifically have the experience coaching like a national women's team, which is like
Yeah,
women's football is so different to men. Like bless them, there was one
yeah,
day where at Phoenix training, Ian was like telling us something, and we all just sort of asking questions, and I was like, we're not trying to be cheeky, we just need more information. He was like, I love that you like want this. I'm just not used to it, you know, because
yeah.
as women, we're all just like, no, give me more info basically. So yeah, it'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
and like it's it's differently skilled players. Like if you're the men's team coach, like Ian is, for example, he has Peter Loughran at QB,
Yes.
and Peter Loughran throws the length of the field in his sleep,
Yes.
whereas Helen and Lauren and like anyone else who plays QB for the women's team, they've only just started to learn this. Peter Loughran's been doing this for years. I don't know how long Peter Loughran's been in the league, but I don't remember a time he wasn't.
Yeah.
So, like, it's you're dealing with players who are very new to the sport, and instead of players who can like you can't just do they've got Finn Kearns or whatever, or someone like that. Like I don't know, Finn Kearns is like the best receiver in Ireland, I would say.
Okay.
And you've got
Okay.
Peter Loughran who can throw the length of the field. It's literally
Yeah.
just then you run like in a straight line,
I'll
and
get you.
Peter, you throw it to him.
Yeah.
That's all you kind of have to do. Obviously, it's more complicated than that, but
Slightly.
like you've got
But
players
I know
with
what you
that
mean.
ability.
Yeah.
Whereas, you've got to kind of build the skill
Whereas
levels
Ian
for the
now
women's team.
is dealing with people like me who if the ball hits me in the face, I'll probably cry about it, but I'll keep playing. But when I come to the sideline to get the play, I'll be crying. But Ian's just got to accept, oh, Sam's just crying. It's okay. And you just move on. You just pretend I'm not crying about it. And that's fine.
Yeah,
We
there
both
definitely
remember
there's
the
a
incident of
small
the Limerick incident where I caught a
incident.
ball and cried, you know? Just caught the
Yeah.
ball,
Well,
sobbed.
I actually don't remember it because Joe Kinahan was late to his commentary duty, so I had to stay back and commentate.
Oh,
I don't know,
yes.
it was like France against Italy in like the 4th place game or something. It was a dreary game as well. Like it wasn't exciting. I think I had Liam Ryan sitting next to me, and he was just kind of looking at me like, yeah, I can see
We're
you
done.
don't want to be here, but like we're trying our best. I was like, I am trying my best, but it is difficult when you want to be somewhere else. You can hear that they've just scored, and
Yeah.
like I'm watching Italy and France throw 3-yard checkdowns.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I was. Yeah, yeah. So
Happy
I
about
don't
it.
remember it,
But
yeah.
everyone else does, because every time I brought a friend to the Phoebe Schechter night in Belfast, and so many people were like, in Limerick, Sam cried on the pitch, and Amy was like, guys, this is just Sam on a daily basis. I know I don't even, you don't need to tell me what she did. I just know she cried. That's
I love
women
that
in
didn't switch.
sport.
Like, yeah, that sounds like Sam.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, okay.
Um,
Should we move on to our next game?
yes,
I feel like I've
we
talked
should.
about myself too much to
Game,
now
game
continue to
3.
talk about myself.
It's still you.
Still us.
Yes. Um, yes. I keep going to say the somewhere Phoenix. You don't have
I
a
know,
location.
it's very weird.
It's
No, we're
really
just
annoying.
Phoenix flag football.
Yeah, I
Full
don't like
title.
it. You
So
need a
sorry.
location.
Okay. Where? Ireland? Because that's where
Um,
it's so spread.
yeah, I guess. I'll come up with something for you. I'll think
Okay.
about it.
Thanks.
Against the Rebels, who have figured out where they are, and it's Dublin.
It's Dublin.
It is. They've been there for quite a while. They're one of the older teams in the league. So, yeah. But despite being one of the older teams in the league, they are probably the newest women's team in the league.
Yeah.
I believe they had 6 players at We Run the World. I don't know if that's
No, I think they had
exactly
more than that.
accurate. Did they?
Is this not Phoenix? Is this
It,
not them at you can't see my mouse. Is that not them though at We Run the World? That big picture at the
that
bottom?
is, and to make them look a bit more healthy in numbers, I used a photo of them with tulips.
Ah.
Also, they didn't have a team photo by itself.
Oh.
So,
Oh wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They had 10.
10. Oh,
Yeah.
happy days. There you go. You sure?
Which is solid. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna have to say. Oh, actually, no. Is this person down here? Might be.
Yeah, she is, yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on 10 then.
Yeah. And they've posted on their Instagram before
Fair enough.
this lovely picture. Oh, I went onto my Instagram instead. This lovely picture. I know you can see it in great detail here, but
Oh yes,
this
yeah, another one. Yeah.
has 10 people, so they've had 10 at least 10
Okay, yeah,
at training before.
That's pretty good then.
Yeah, so there's a possibility. Like it depends on obviously who's available, but
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Like somebody could be on holidays or have a wedding or whatever to attend.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you're not skipping a wedding for flag football, what are you doing?
Excessive. Ridiculous. But yeah, I think this will be an interesting one. Say interesting. I think we're going to win, but like, now that I've seen them play, like, and Kira was down for that Wolfhound Quetzals, and I was like, I didn't realize how
Kira's, yeah,
ridiculous she was. Like, so good.
the Shaq quote. I'm sorry, I was not familiar with your game.
Yes, exactly. So I think, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they play. And I think it's all well and good saying, we have a stacked team, like a stacked roster, but we don't get to train together. We all train separately and then hope it's going
Yeah,
to come together, whereas they train as a team. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
yeah.
And it'll be our second game.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be their second game too. It'll
Yeah,
be their second, won't it?
they had only second game day. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I'm excited. I am excited to play them.
Yeah.
I think because I don't really know much about them, this is more of an unknown, whereas I'm expecting the Trojans game to be tight. So we'll see.
Yeah,
See how it
yeah.
goes.
It's kind of difficult to gauge what they're like because they had literally only got 3 weeks training for the We Run the World
Yeah.
tournament. So they've had
hmm
how long is it? That's a month and a bit ago. So probably another
Yeah, about 6 weeks ago.
5 weeks, maybe.
hmm
So like maybe they've got like 9, 10 sessions under their belt now at this stage,
Yeah.
including the game day, I suppose. And
hmm
game day
Which will make a
experience is
difference.
invaluable as well.
100%.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they kind of come out looking like. I would still predict a Phoenix win, just solely
Okay.
based on the experience levels.
hmm
Um, but I would expect the Rebels to be better than they were in We Run the World. Like it's
Yes.
a process. You've got to build from somewhere. They started there. They got their first touchdown. Now it's time to build from that.
Yeah.
But it's like it is still a bit early to kind of call them against a team of Phoenix's caliber. So yeah, I'll play it safe and I'll predict Phoenix. But hey, an
Phoenix
upset
win.
would be funny. I
It'll
mean,
be
not for
funny
you,
until I come on next week, and then all I could do is huff and rant, and that's all I'll do for.
I'll
So
invite a rebel on
I was
to
gonna say we're never
talk
allowed to
about.
invite the rebels if they win. It's unacceptable. But what
There
I
you go,
will say
rebels. You
is,
have
I
to
think
lose, or you're not allowed on GreenZone.
what I'll say is, I think we personally, well, I'm hoping for 2 wins. I'm expecting 1 win, but I don't know which way. I think just I know we have I know we have the talent. I know we have the caliber of roster and like the players, and everyone's so great, but I think this weekend will be interesting to see how it affects us being so spread across the country. I think this
Yeah,
will be the first one we sort of notice that, because even pre Rewon the World, we were meeting in Belfast like as much as we could, and like people did travel a bit for it. So like we were maybe meeting in like 7, 8, 9 people at a time. Whereas
yeah,
um, we're lucky that we have 4 dragons, and I think it's been good for Chloe that we've been able to actually at training for the last, I think, 2, 3 weeks, the way we've done it instead of training as normal, the way we would have at dragon training. We have done
yeah,
Johnny's a quarterback, Chloe's a quarterback, and they have a team and we play both sides of the ball. Whereas normally Johnny's always the quarterback. We have our offensive and our defensive, and that's just what we stick with. So it's been good because it's meant the likes of me, Sarah have trained, well, and Chloe have done both sides of the ball, but also Chloe's been throwing to us during training. Like we've been able to sort of work that a wee bit more. So
yeah,
it's now just getting that with, like, it's all well and good saying, oh, we've done that as dragons, but that's only 4 out of our
yeah,
12. So yeah, we'll see.
yeah. Be
We'll
interesting to
see how it
see.
goes.
Yeah.
But I believe in
I
her.
suppose I'll move on to game 4.
Chloe for QB1, always. But you can move on. Your favorite
um,
picture you've ever taken,
game
Owen.
4. It is absolutely my favorite picture I've ever taken. I will use it in every single graphic I can like fit it into. I'm actually surprised I didn't use it in the game 1 graphic. I did actually initially have the other photo of Meg that I have, and I went, you know what? I probably shouldn't use Meg in like every single graphic.
Everything.
I'll try and spread it out. Now, in my defense, there has been one game day. I
Yeah.
am limited in what I can do with these pictures. Like before the first game day, I had one photo of Jenny that I used for everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
Uh, so now I have a few of Jenny, I have a few of Meg, and I have one or two of the other players on the team, like kind of to be able to use. So I'm trying not to overuse the other players' photos while they're like the only. I figure it
Yeah.
out. We'll get more photos on Saturday, and I won't use. Well, no, I probably still will use this
Oh,
photo.
and you won't. You're a liar. I'm gonna do something really cool on Saturday, and then I'm gonna turn on and be like, "Oh, and did you get a picture of that?" And you'll be like, "Oh no, I was looking at that bird over there. Like, I just forgot to take a picture of you." That's what you always do to me.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I was just doing commentary for France over here. Forgot to come and watch."
That
Anyway,
was
it's fine.
Joe's fault. Come on now.
I'm not even bitter about it. It's fine.
Oh,
So
clearly.
game four, Owen. How do you feel like
Yeah,
it's gonna
game
go?
4. Um, I'm legally obliged to say the Panthers are going to win and win convincingly.
Okay.
As I said, I think the Rebels are going to improve,
Yeah.
but the Panthers are just they are that good. Like they're going to kind of run over the kind of newer teams,
Mm.
and it's just kind of about bouncing back from that.
Yeah.
Also, obviously, I would be remiss in not mentioning it is the Panthers against the Rebels. There is a rivalry there.
It's like,
We
where's this
do.
going?
I have to carefully approach this because it's obviously a touchy subject, but it's a rivalry.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's in a different discipline now, so we'll see what that kind of looks like. But it's still two clubs that are close by and have been rivals for years.
Yeah.
Less successfully on our part in the Kidded, but we're not talking about Kidded anymore. So
We're not. It's fine.
So yeah, no, we'll see what it kind of looks like. I obviously I am hoping and expecting for a Panthers win,
Hmm.
comfortable one at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, it is all about just building into this for the Rebels, and they'll hopefully be able to get like the first kind of win on the board. Then more towards kind of when the newer teams like the Tabbies and them are involved, they can that'll be the kind of the real test for the Rebels is can they compete against these other teams with similar experience levels to them.
Yeah, I would say so. And I think I'd agree with you for game four this weekend. I would say it would. My expectation is that the Panthers are going to win, but I think this is coming solely based off, you know, Rebels' experience as a women's flag team, and
Yeah,
I think when we all play together, it's not that I don't think the Panthers will improve this season, but I think the level of the rest of the teams will jump significantly very quickly. You
yeah,
know, I
yeah.
think the Panthers have had time now to mesh
The Panthers
together,
have made
and
that jump, whereas the other teams haven't yet.
yes, even seeing them like we we refed their friendly with the Trojans. So seeing them that week play two games and then seeing them the weekend later do what they did at We Run the World was crazy. Like the jump
Yeah.
between them two was mental. So I think, Rebels will definitely, not necessarily this week, but I would say by game week 2 and 3, the jumps per game will be amazing
Yeah.
because they'll have had so much more game experience. Um, and just like I think you're right, like playing even with like us and the Quetzals are in, but they're on bye week this week, so they're not competing this weekend, but they'll be in next game week. If the Tabbies are in at that point, you know, I think we are more of a level with the true or with the Rebels than the like, my words are getting lost, but you know what I mean? I think it'll
No, I
be
know what you
good
mean. Yeah.
to see how I think they'll definitely improve and grow in the next few games.
Yeah. And especially like they've got players like Kira who have already got plenty of experience.
Mhm.
Like there is experience in that team. It just needs time to grow. So
Yeah, and having
yeah,
it together and in like woman setting
yeah,
is different. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
yeah.
But
Be
I
interesting to
think
see. Looking forward.
I do think that this game, the Rebels Panthers game, will be interesting because from what I remember, I think like if you put like Kira up against Megan, like that's going to be like if they went man to man on each other, either side of the ball, like whoever's going whichever way, I think that's going to be a really, competitive 1v1. Like that's not whereas if
Yeah.
you put me against either of those two, bless them, they just need to put their hands up and I'll try so hard, but I barely reach their faces. So whereas like,
Yeah.
you know, but I think the Rebels, from what I remember, I think they have I don't think Kira is even their tallest player or like significantly tallest, you know what I mean? I think there were quite a few who were similar sort of
Yeah.
height. So and I know the Panthers have that, like with the likes of Megan and Jenny. So um I think that could be physically a good matchup.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So
it'll be interesting. I
yeah,
yeah. Um, yeah. It's a weird one because it's such a kind of there's such a gap in kind of the experience levels. Like it doesn't really feel fair to kind of be comparing them right now. I feel like I should
yeah,
be waiting another few like weeks or even months before we start going. Okay, so this is how the Rebels will match up against the Panthers. Like it's I think this game kind of just comes a bit soon for the Rebels, but again,
yes.
yeah, as you said, like Lyra and Megan will match up quite well. Um,
Mhm.
I'm taking Megan because look, she looks really cool in the photo I took. Um,
I mean,
and
I'd
she's
back Megan
wearing
because
navy and
she's the
gold.
scariest person I've ever met in my whole life, but also
I
the loveliest
just
person.
yeah, she's yeah.
But like when
That's
she
the
does
perfect
that
description.
face, when she does her game face,
Yeah,
I back off. I'll I'll
yeah,
admit it, I back
yeah.
off.
Megan is probably one of the last people in the AFI, men's kitted, like anyone that I would get in a fight with. Like I wouldn't get in a
Yeah,
fight with anyone, of course. I am not known for my physical fighting capabilities, obviously.
no.
Um, as I said, I can't play. I am too fragile. Um, but yeah, no, Megan is the last person I would start a fight with. It's
Yeah.
yeah, she's terrifying. But yeah, lovely. Um, so yeah, I'll take Megan in that matchup. But yeah, Kira is also an unbelievable player.
Mhm.
So
Also
I
only
think they
talking
have
about them too because they're the ones in the graphics. Just
yeah,
not to offend anybody else. It's just those two are the ones
and I
right there.
I'm not going to pretend I have massive knowledge of the Rebels roster. I could name every
No.
single person on the Panthers roster, but I wouldn't know everyone on the Rebels roster, and I feel it's unfair
Yeah.
to go on about every single Panthers player and then
Yeah.
only know Kira and then Rachel is the quarterback, who's
Yes.
Ty Henry's
Ty's
wife.
wife,
I
I think.
believe they're
Yeah.
married.
I
Sorry if
think
I've
so.
just married you too. Um,
They definitely have kids.
congrats.
So they
They do have kids.
have been partners for a while, if they're not married.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Um,
We're here to talk about
uh,
football, not
yeah.
keep reminding myself, not here to diagnose relationships. So sorry to Rachel and
No,
Ty.
I'm sure they're delighted. Um,
I've never even met them. This feels really weird. Like they're gonna be like if they hear this, they're gonna be like, "Who is she?"
I
See you
yeah,
Saturday.
I don't know if I've met Rachel, like actually spoken to her, but I've met Ty a fair few times because he's
Yeah, pitbull.
the guy. He is
Yeah.
like yeah. Not to talk about kidded, but he's not injured. Like or he is injured, but he played, and like I thought he had an
Oh, I
ACL
saw
injury.
this. Yeah,
Like,
he just like had no leg or
dude,
something.
just act like a human for 1 week.
Yeah.
Man is from
I
a
think I
different
saw that on
fucking planet.
Instagram
It's
actually, yeah.
outrageous. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I was like, I can't even.
That's mad.
I'm not even mad. Like, that's just insane. You
Yeah,
have the ability to do that.
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he hasn't injured it any further. I don't know if that's possible or I just hope his leg is okay. Anyway,
Yes.
should we do power rankings?
Yeah, I don't really know what that means, but yes. Just remember that I have not been in football for very long. Say have not been in football for very long. I've been in football for over a year, but
So
you
you
know.
are ranking teams based on who you think is the best, basically.
Okay.
A lot of people tend to misunderstand it as like a prediction of who's going to win, but it's who you think is the current best team, and
Okay.
then you kind of change it as it goes on because things change as the season goes on.
Oh, so like I'm gonna rank. So like this week. Oh, what have I done? Oh, it's okay. I fixed it. I
Okay, good.
broke the screen somehow. Sorry. Um. So I'm gonna rank. There's 4 teams playing this week, so I would rank them 1 to 4, and then
Yeah, and
realistically
I
the
mean throw in
Quetzals
the
are going at number
Quetzals.
5 because they're not playing.
Well, no,
But
because
then,
you'd still
oh,
know how
okay,
the Quetzals are. Like, well, you don't
okay,
necessarily know, but like you add them in where you think they rank at the moment.
okay. But then next week maybe I'll change that.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
I know how to do this then.
Well, now everybody knows how power rankings work. So thank God we gave them a crash course.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's great.
I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at sports.
I think
Knowledge,
it's
not
kind of
playing.
better to kind of be able to explain these things because the audience for this won't be the traditional GreenZone audience of kidded people who want to hear how great
Yes.
they are,
Oh,
except Ty Henry, who might be still watching because we just mentioned him, and
yeah.
he got sent to him by someone who was like, "Oh my God, they mentioned you,"
Yes, that's fair
and
enough.
how you're not actually a human being. He'll be like, "What?"
He's a superstar.
Um,
Okay.
yes.
So what
So,
way do you want to do our rankings? Do you want to go
well,
one
I
each,
think
or do you want us to just list them?
yeah, we'll go. Yeah. Do you want to go from the bottom or from the top?
I think let's go bottom because I think we both know who we both are putting at first. So let's leave it as a surprise for the
Yeah.
rest of the audience, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe they
And
don't
do you
know.
want to throw in the tabbies since they're probably joining,
I think
or do we
leave
want?
them for now because
Okay.
technically they're part of us for now. They just might be a breakaway,
No.
I think. But that's an
No.
accepted breakaway. It's okay.
Oh.
Here for the growth of the sport, not just the team. You know, I'm so good. So
You are.
who do you so who's coming 5th for you?
Um, the rebels at the moment, I would have
Okay.
fit.
Okay.
Again, as we kind of went on about, like they just don't have the experience that all the other teams do.
Mhm.
So, you know,
Yeah.
that's just kind of where they are at the moment. But I would expect them to start performing and climbing quite soon.
Mhm. I think I'd agree. I think I agree on reasoning, but how I'm going to sort of also back it is I'm going to put the Quetzals at 4, and I think that's a really tight one between those two, only because I saw the Quetzals play, what, 2 weeks ago was that game? Whenever the Quetzals Wolfhound game
Yeah,
was, and obviously it was in like 40-mile-an-hour wind, so it's not like it was an easy
that
game
weather
day,
was
and
fucking ridiculous, man.
it was
What
horrific.
a disaster.
My hat literally blew off my head. I was like, since when did this happen?
Yeah.
But they really held their own on that, and they made a couple cracking plays. So
I
that's
did,
why
yeah.
for me, I think almost it's not that it's not that the Rebels are fifth. I think it's just that the Quetzals made a couple of plays that pushed them above the Rebels for me, you know?
Mm.
So I would say
I'm
Rebels 5, Quetzals 4.
so I'm a little bit torn here, but for a different reason.
Go with your
So
gut. Tell us your
going
ideas.
back to We Run the World,
Yeah.
the Quetzals drew with the Trojans 6-6.
Okay.
And the Trojans had Kelly and that girl that was friends with Kelly, who I believe was from Malaysia. One of the, like
Yes.
a Malaysian national team player or something.
Yeah, she lives in England now, I think. I'm gonna find her. But you're correct.
That's I love the way you phrase that.
I'm gonna find
I will find.
her. I will find her.
Sam doing her best to take an impression here while we do the power rankings.
I am. I'm so sorry. I just really I need the real information. Oh, why did they not put that on their story? Maybe I can't find her. I thought she was going to be on my story on the Trojan story, but she wasn't. Weird.
Fair enough.
Anyway. Oh wait,
Oh,
maybe she was in the script chat. Ellie. Her name's
Ellie.
Ellie.
Yes.
She plays for Asia Oceania.
What, like the two
So,
fucking continents?
well, that's what Kelly said in the group chat when she added Ellie. Welcome, Ellie. She played in IFAF Asia Oceania. Oh, in the IFAF Asia Oceania tournament. Like how
Oh,
we would
sorry, in the
say,
tournament. I was
like
about to say, I
Ireland
didn't
played
know,
in the
first of
Euro.
all, that Asia Oceania had a team.
I
That's a
know,
bit
I
of a
was like,
wild
well,
thing
that's
to
so
set up
weird.
for a start.
It's okay, I'm
Yeah,
dyslexic. I just didn't read the full sentence. I just saw
okay,
2 words and
that's
went,
fair enough.
that's the name of the team.
That's fair enough, yeah. Yeah, so
But
I
yes, so
don't
they
know
drew
if they have
6-6.
them, and they drew 6-6. And the Quetzals, like, they just...
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, no problem. I don't know what to talk about now while Sam has disappeared. How was
The
everybody?
dog wanted in.
Oh, she's back.
Sorry.
And
Sorry.
Hugo's here. Happy days.
Hugo is here. He's just on the floor. Sorry. So yes, the Quetzals and the Trojans drew.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and I would say, like, the Quetzals, for me, they I don't know how often they practice, but I feel like it's quite often, because I don't know if they're like they're family members or a group of friends or whatever, but it just seems like
Yeah.
this like real close-knit community that they have, kind
Yes,
of
I
being
agree.
this kind of
100%.
group of kind of Mexican people who formed a team.
They speak
So
Mexican too. It's crazy. Absolutely
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, that's a top 10 GreenZone podcast moment, I think, there.
So
When you
embarrassing.
said that, it was unbelievable.
When I
If
said,
anyone
oh, they
hasn't
speak
seen Sam
Mexican.
think Mexican is a language, go back and watch
Couple
whatever episode that
episodes.
happened in.
Yeah. I think it was the We Won the World recap in there.
Grand. There you go. Go watch that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I have faith in the Trojans to be one of the top three or the top three sides, but based on what we currently know, I feel like I have to put
They're
them
not there
fourth.
yet, maybe. Okay. Yeah.
I just, for the sake of fairness, I know that the Trojans are
Yes.
going to end up higher than that, but right now I feel like
Okay.
that's where they have to be put. If that
Yes.
makes sense. I've just like
Sorry,
really
I'm just
upset the
trying to
Trojans
stop
now, and I
Hugo.
feel so
I'm trying to
bad.
stop
That's
Hugo
all right.
eat his bed. So 1 second.
Oh,
Right. Get out of it.
well, while Sam has disappeared again, I'll sit here and awkwardly ramble on. Hope everyone's doing all right. Come down on Saturday, watch the games. Are you back?
I'm back. Sorry. I also just realized I didn't mute
Okay,
my
grand, because I've
microphone,
just
so
been
you probably
awkwardly talking to absolutely nobody. Uh,
I
I was
hope you
just
didn't
sitting there
hear
going,
me
yeah, well,
shout.
Sam is gone. I'll
Oh,
just, hey guys, how's it going?
I'll just leave him to it. Fair enough.
Yes.
But yeah, no,
So
I understand what you're saying.
yeah, so
Um,
that's why I'm gonna stick them the third
fourth.
or fourth for now, and then
Yeah,
Quetzal's third. But I'm talking like
Quetzal's third.
there's like a hairline difference there, like it's the tiniest of difference, and I would expect the Trojans to end up in the top three.
Yes, and I think at the minute the Trojans have so many rookies that I think similar to what we've been saying about the Rebels, like give them a couple of
Yeah,
game days and the rookies on their team will have jumped, because I think it's it's easy to say they have Helen, Hannah, Kelly, Sophie, Brittany, Abby. Like it's easy to say they have all these people, but like they can't carry the full team, like when they're so. And I think from what I remember briefly seeing of the Trojans, it wasn't as if it was just here's all of our veteran players who play. It was very much everyone played the games.
yeah,
And
yeah,
like I know Zoe who plays center for them. She has come on amazingly since we run the world. She's been doing it at Wolfhounds. I've trained with her a couple of times in Belfast. Like she's been amazing. So she's definitely come on. So it's just getting the rest of their players to
yeah,
that jump, really.
yeah. Um, I
Yeah,
I can only apologise to the entire Belfast Trojans organisation for upselling you. Um, please don't hate me.
it's okay. You said that you think that they're going to be higher, so it's okay. Hey, we're here for
Yeah,
honesty,
yeah.
and we're not here
I
for
have faith,
friendship.
guys. Come on. I mean,
We're
I
here. We're
would like
giving
to
an
not get
honest
in trouble at the same
podcast.
time.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
yeah, that's yeah. Please don't shout at me.
Well,
Or
I'm
no
putting the
photos.
Trojans third then. Yeah, so I've got
See, look, Sam put them
Rebels,
third. So
Quetzals,
on
Trojans.
average, even that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rebels, Quetzals, Trojans.
And then, I mean, I think we know how the next two selections are going to
I
go.
think we're going to disagree on the next two. And I think
I think we are.
regardless of what's happening for the rest of the season, I think my
Yeah.
top two of the power rankings are always going to be Panthers 2, Phoenix 1, and yours will likely be the opposite. Not
Yes.
necessarily with
Unless you
Phoenix
have.
in 2 for you always, but
Yeah,
I think
unless the Trojans do, as I said, easily make the
yes.
top three and then make a push for number two.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll be saying Panthers at one. You'll be saying Phoenix at one.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? There are teams. We're not gonna not back our teams.
Yeah.
But in fairness, I'm justified because my team made the final. So
Hey, I'm
and now
justified because
I know your team had to play the team that
it's
we
me.
lost to in the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
So, you know, how much
Like
how well would you have done if you got the same run we did? Who knows? But
yeah, do you know, I think what I will say, and I don't mean it as if I'm being like, here's loads of excuses, but I think we run the world, if everyone played every team, it could have been a very different outcome.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
just Panthers wise, but like I think all teams wise, because I think like we ended up playing, I think all of the teams we played were in the top four.
yeah. All of the teams you ended up in the semi-final, or yeah, in the semi-finals.
Yeah. Whereas like some of the other teams, like I think the Quetzals played teams in like the bottom five, so it just depends on
Yeah,
what way it
you're
fell. So
really
I
rubbing
think,
in that I shouldn't have picked the Quetzals at 3.
well, just saying. No, I'm joking. But I do think realistically we're gonna be biased for our own teams, which is fine.
Yeah,
It's expected. Um So
How
even
could you
when,
not be biased for Meg, especially after that photo?
yeah, that's fair. That's
It's
fair. She
impossible.
looks
You
so chuffed.
you try and like
I don't look like that when I play
like
football.
you
I know.
can't.
I've seen it. I've seen pictures of me play football. I don't look like that.
Well,
I
to be
look like
fair, I don't know
I'm
if
on
I've taken
steroids.
photos of you after you've scored a touchdown.
Yeah, that's because you never take pictures of me doing my good things. So
Well, no comment.
so on Saturday when I score all the touchdowns, you got to be like,
I'll be over in the Church
like
of
that.
Scientology,
Yeah,
which is next
you'll be
door if
looking at
anyone
me.
is interested.
If anyone's looking. No, I think I do. I think it'll be interesting to see what the actual standings will be come next week
Yeah,
officially, because based off points, like a win is 2 points, a draw. No, a win is 3 points, a draw is 2 points, and a loss is half a point. Is that right?
a
Based off the
loss is half a
PowerPoint?
point.
I think so.
Oh, I don't like that, is it?
I do think so. You sent me the PowerPoint the other day. I did look at it,
Oh, it
but I
is
just
as
can't
well.
remember it.
Oh, I don't like that.
It's because, do you know why it is? I can almost guarantee. It's because we're girls and we love positivity.
Oh, it's to do
Facts.
seeding.
Oh.
A win
Now,
is 3, a draw is 1, and a loss is 0.5. It's something to do with.
now see the sentence. Now I just need to let you know Hugo's going to go crazy because Samuel's just come home and he goes back to normally. So just if you hear barking, he's actually not barked. I'm really surprised. So the sentence seating
You're gone.
dictates the Claddagh Bowl schedule. What's that mean? Tell me in dumb terms.
Okay, so does that then mean? Hold on now, let me think. So that would mean, say, if we'll just go based on the way our power rankings are. So if
Yeah.
with the 4 teams or the 5 teams or whatever, then
Mm-hmm.
is it going to be like kind of how the We Run the World thing worked, where like top plays bottom, or
Okay.
even the other way around, where top plays second,
Second.
third place
I
fourth,
think I
sixth?
personally feel like that second option makes more sense.
I think so. Yeah, it
But I think
gives
it gives
the
more of an opportunity.
yeah. I am a
But
bit
also,
confused by it, but yeah, it's fine.
okay,
I'm sure
that's
it
fair
does
enough.
make perfect sense, but we just weren't on the call. Obviously, that was a coach's call, but
Yes, I have a call tomorrow night, so I'm sure I'll find out tomorrow night what officially is happening. Um,
yeah.
but also chuffed that they're doing stats. I love stats.
Yes, that was
I'm a stats
I
gal.
actually did. I texted Kelly. I was like, "Can we do stats? Because I want to like make graphics for like the stats leaders and everything." And
Yeah, that's so fun.
yeah, so she had
Although
asked
what
to
I
use
will
first,
say,
obviously, but yeah,
and I think this is just a dragons kind of thing. But myself and Chloe, QB1 for the Phoenix, um,
cute.
we both blitz, and it makes me really sad whenever I see my stats and it's like one flag pull, and I'm like,
You could
hey,
like not
what
blitz.
if I'm like, I could have made a real big difference to that game. So whenever me and Chloe take the stats, because I would print off, I'm sometimes known as the team mum in our group. Team mum, to clarify, not teen mum. Team. So I bring like I printed out a wee spreadsheet table, and I will stop laughing at me. I just wanted to
Sorry.
clarify. Um, And so I decided to add to our statistics pressures, because there are some times where Chloe blitzes so fast. And, like, for example, I really remember clearly playing against the Giants. And I think their quarterback is called Christian. Me and Christian just kept running in a circle. And Christian, I didn't get his flag, but he didn't throw a good ball. And that was on me. But if you looked at the
Yeah.
stats, I would have bad stats. But Chloe was like, no, Sam, that was a good pressure. So we've now made up a stat called pressure,
No, that's a thing.
basically.
That's been a
Oh,
thing.
it is a real
No,
thing?
yeah, you're all good. It is. It
I
is.
don't think they
They're all
have
good
that
there.
on that app we used.
They mightn't
Well,
actually, but it is a thing in football. It's just we were probably too lazy.
if we could add that in for the
Because
stats, I would really like that
I know,
because um,
I know, I do the
it makes me
stats for
feel
the
good.
Panthers kitted team.
Okay.
And when I was doing them, I was like writing down all the stats I needed, and I was like, pressure? No, I have not got the energy to be doing that as well. Like
Oh yeah. Pressures are
there's no
very
need for
important, Owen. If you
that.
take
No.
pressures away from me, then in mixed football, I don't have very many stats. But if you give me,
What you should do
anyway.
is you should just sack the quarterback on every play.
Yeah, you're so right. It's so
You're not
easy to
playing
do.
Panthers. You're grand.
Not this week.
Yeah,
No, I'm
sack
not
the
playing the
quarterback on every
Panthers
play,
every play.
except in the game against the Panthers.
I would just go up and have a chat to Lauren. That's the issue. This is one thing I am slightly concerned about with like playing friends is like obviously I'm not going to actually run at Lauren and start chatting, but um I just find like Lauren
Like
especially, I
after the
just
play.
find her so funny. Like there's no reason to. I just find her really funny. So that's a concern.
GreenZone exclusive here. Sam finds it funny.
Yeah. She's just so nice. This is the difference in playing with girls. Like I'm
Don't know if
like,
that
well, I'm
equals
really
funny,
worried
but
to
yeah.
play the Panthers because Lauren's really nice. Whereas boys would be like, I can't wait to tear them to shreds. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine. Fine.
Yeah.
Oh. But yes, it will be interesting. This time
Yes.
next week, either this
Yeah.
time right now, like when we record the podcast, or when the podcast is released, we'll have an actual ranking, which will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if either of our pot rankings are correct.
Well, mine will be because I'm always right.
Not true.
That is true. Don't go and
I
fact check
don't believe.
it, but it is true.
But yeah, I think, are we going to do a wee graphic of our pot rankings? Is this a thing, or am I giving you work?
I just presume I'm always right. I think it's a safe. I can do a graphic. It won't be
Yeah, I
done
just think
instantly, but I can do one.
that could be fun. And
Oh,
then I think we're starting to lag again. Yeah. But if we do our graphic and then we can be like, oh,
yeah,
here's the actual results. Hope GreenZone don't mind. Didn't tell them.
yeah.
Just decided.
Well, look, they're on holidays. On holidays, they're coaching and playing for their teams.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure they're delighted with a bit of content being put out. But I can put that on redesigned anyway. We can
Oh, yeah,
collab
of
tag
course.
it. Brand. We'll do a
Okay.
little graphic for the
Yeah.
predictions as well.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that'll be good. And then see. Can we? Oh my gosh. I don't know what it's going to be, but I've just decided in my head. So, when so at the end of the season, whoever's got the most predictions correct, the other person has to do like, I don't know, there's something bad happens. We can think of this. I'm thinking
Something
this
bad
live in the
happened.
moment. But you know what I mean? Like they get like
Yeah, there's a forfeit.
water poured on them or something. Yeah, forfeit, that's the word.
Water poured on them.
You know what I mean? So like whoever gets the most predictions
The
correct.
loser must be waterboarded.
That's so bad. No. Not a quote from me. But you know what I mean? So whoever gets the most things right, that'll be fun.
Oh god, yeah,
If anybody has any
that's fun
suggestions
because
of
you're not going to
what
predict
we can do.
you're not going to predict Phoenix to beat the Panthers, or you're going to predict Phoenix to beat the Panthers, and it's not going to
What
happen.
if
So I'm
we
going to get
cause an
points there.
upset? What if we cause an upset? All I need to do is we're gonna get Sarah man to man on Megan. I'm gonna man to man on Jenny because Jenny told me she can't catch the ball whenever I'm near her. So that's a compliment to me. And then Chloe blitz because she's fast and she's a good blitzer.
Is she
And I don't
not
know what else, but we'll win.
also the quarterback though? Does she not need a rest?
No, she doesn't need a rest. She's that good. It's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
She's just that
Also,
good.
apologies to Chloe. I know she doesn't like the photo that's in the graphic.
It's in the graphic.
The graphic is the graphic. I'm so sorry. I
She was
genuinely am
horrified.
really sorry. Like,
We were
I hate when
discussing it
people don't like the
yesterday.
graphic. But
It's the sort of thing where if Kira's head wasn't there and you could see that she was holding a football, it would look better. But because it just looks like she's like pulling a weird face, it's funny. But it's fine.
yeah, see, with the position she was in, if I put Kira behind her, she was
Kira was blocked.
smacking Kira in the face with the football.
Yeah. Not good.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Not ideal.
Do you know what? Actually, now that I'm looking at it, and probably a bit late to say this now, but maybe I should have put Chloe where Kira is and Kira where Chloe is.
Just swap there. Yeah. And then it would have been like
Yeah.
no ball.
In my head, they have
no
to face
ball.
away,
Ball.
but now that I said that, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that would have been so. Yeah, I've made a mess of it, but we'll figure things out for game week 2.
We know for next time.
We'll have better
There's
photos that Chloe doesn't
Yeah.
hate.
In fairness,
no, we
for
probably
the
won't.
next graphics, there will be so many more photos because you'll have had a
Yeah.
game week where each game is one after each other. Whereas last time you were trying to get
Yeah.
graphics. I'll give
I was
you
running between.
yeah
Yeah.
all the games. Like,
And it was literally, I got a photo from each game and then had to upload it, make a graphic, do the score. And sometimes I fuck that up, but sure. And then post that and then go back and
yeah.
start the process again for the next game. Like, it wasn't a quick process, but I've kind of learned to speed it up a bit now. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. And now that the games are one after the other, that's a huge help.
Definitely a bit easier.
Yeah, I can't lie. This schedule is like, it is perfect. I could not be happier with how this is set up.
Yeah.
Because I get to
100%.
see all of the games. I get to take pictures of all of them. I just have to do a quick halftime and a full-time update, and I won't miss any action,
Easy.
and it'll be great.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Also, yeah, follow AFI Redesigned for I don't know. Sometimes it flips me. Yeah, follow AFI Redesigned, and you'll see the kind of live score updates. The halftime and the full-time now. I can't do constant ones, but
yeah.
There will be updates.
Or
hopefully
come to
better
Daughter
come down
Valley.
and watch Daughter Valley Park.
Yeah.
Just around the corner from the Church of Scientology.
The Church of Scientology.
Yeah, and there's a car park at the pub across the road. So, afterwards, if you're a bit thirsty, don't drive. If you drink, but there is a place to have a drink, and there's bus stops. It's a great spot. It's a great spot. It is in Tallaght, but it's a great spot. So
perfect.
Come
You're
down
selling Saturday.
Yeah. And if you get like a little bit bored in between games, waiting for the other ones to start, I think the Panthers kidded team are training, and you can have a look at that.
Go
if
watch
you really
them.
Care, but I don't
Be
think
weird
they're
if
doing
you
anything
did.
interesting because. Well, no, don't go and watch the kidded training. That'd be boring. But, go and you can turn around and have a quick glance at it while the
we set up
games aren't on.
Yeah.
And you won't see anything because it's literally just walkthroughs because they have a game the next day. And go watch that as well. Go watch a kidded game the next day, because support all disciplines.
Sports. We love sports.
Sports. Yeah, I think that's kind of all I have to.
That's all we've got today. I think so. We'll be back soon. We'll be back at some point.
We will. We'll be back next week. We'll probably bring a guest or two on to talk about the games.
As we recap. We're going to be busy in June. I've just realised.
We are going to be
June. We are going to be busy because we have June 1st game week, June 8th game week, and then June 15th final. So like the first 3 weeks of June will be busy. 3 more after this one, yeah. So it'll be busy. This is like a wee taster session.
Interesting. Yeah,
So
be interesting.
yeah. Like we don't have long
Um,
to make a difference. If somebody has a bad week,
yeah,
it'll make a big difference to the table.
yeah, I won't lie. That makes me. This might come across a little bit mean, but it makes me a little more certain of my kind of power ranking for the Rebels because they just don't have the time to kind of catch up. Like,
Yes, but
unless
I
they have
think
like a magical jump in the next month, but there isn't. Like, they
May.
won't even have training sessions in between those game days.
Yeah, it depends if they're midweek training or not. They'll have May to train, try and iron out your issues. And then, yeah, your only options are midweek or Sunday, like the next day after the game.
Yeah.
So it'll be tight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
But hey, tune in next week to find out how it goes.
Yes, to find out how. Yeah. So
See who was right, me or
I
Owen.
think so. Me. Of course it was me. Yeah, but no, seriously, of course it's me.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, no, tune in next week to find out that I was right about everything. And yeah, I think that's
Thanks
it.
for
I
watching.
can't think of anything. Yeah, thanks for watching.
First
listening.
one successful.
I don't know if we're just on YouTube or if we're on Spotify or anything. Listen to wherever it is. Listen twice.
Yep.
God, Chris really should not have left us in charge, really.
No, bless him. I don't know how I've been put in as a host. Like, I have to say, I talk some nonsense. But it's fine.
Entertainment factor.
Entertainment. I
Nobody
don't think
brings
I
up
said
licking
anything
armpits like
silly
you.
this time. I don't think I said anything really silly this time. Did I? Maybe.
No, I don't think so.
Someone could tell
Other
me if I
than
did.
you would be right and I'd be wrong. But
Oh, yeah. We'll find out on Saturday. Honestly, I can't
we will.
wait. I'm going to make a graphic to say I was right if I was. That's how good it's going to be. And you have to post it on AFI Redesigned.
I will.
It's going to be so good. Anyway,
I'll
thanks
make
for
the
watching.
quote graphic. I don't know if you saw the quote graphic I did for Dave. Magical piece of graphic design.
Okay.
But I'll make one of those that is just me saying I'm always right, and then just me being wrong. If
you being wrong, I love it. Good idea. I can't wait.
That's my forfeit if I lose the predictions.
Only for this week, though. There has to be a big forfeit at the end for whoever gets the least predictions correct. I just don't know what it is, so people can give us suggestions. Because I made this up like mid podcast. I hadn't thought about it until now.
Yeah,
so
like
if
the
anyone has
GreenZone
any...
fantasy football forfeit was you had to be head coach of the GreenZone flag team, which never happened. So that was
the turtle one.
Yes, what was it? Lisburn Leatherback Sea Turtles.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
a name.
I remember. What a name. Love it.
Yeah, so maybe we'll end up as offensive or defensive coordinator on that, but who knows? We'll let the people decide. But
they can decide.
Don't within reason.
Exactly.
I don't know if you've ever seen those like Instagram posts where they're like, if
have.
I'm wrong, I'll do whatever the top comment says, and it's like the most heinous shit you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah,
like, oh, God.
You never do that.
Yeah.
We'll listen within reason. I have morals. Remember it. Owen doesn't, but I do.
Mexican.
I'll learn Mexican. Facts. Oh, well, as I've said, thanks for listening.
Yes, thanks for listening.
Tune in next week.
Tune in next week. Bye.
Bye.